Menagerie.
Bah! 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 Bah!
Ooh.
Sometimes it seems like Freak by Silverchair was the only thing happening in 1997, which is ridiculous. There was lots of music I loved more, but Silverchair rocked my world and they left a mark. Maybe because, unlike other bands that were closer to my own age, they felt more real. At 16, I liked the things a lot of boys did. I liked cheap music. Cheap music? Well, cheap music. I liked cheap beer, loud music, pretty girls, and dreaming about being a rock star. I really wanted an eyebrow piercing, but I was worried I'd get in trouble with my school. So I got an ear piercing instead, and I kind of failed to keep it a secret from my parents. I also had a different secret, a secret crush on Silverchair's lead singer, Daniel Johns. Tattered postcard pictures of Silverchair graced my locker door next to a poster of Brooke Satchwell. I've been putting up pictures of bands and photocopies of album covers for some time, with Neighbours actresses sharing space next to scary-looking guys with long hair. But with Daniel Johns, I came to understand something new and frightening about myself, and it changed everything. I couldn't confide in my friends, and I definitely couldn't tell my family. There were no openly gay kids in my school, and recognizing that I was bisexual, I felt like a freak. At that age, gay was still the biggest insult that you could give to another boy. Growing up in the UK, it wasn't cool to like rock music, and while I always did read into the meaning of songs, with freak, the repeated refrain, body and soul, I'm a freak, meant a lot to me, because I was a freak myself. Freak is captivating, catchy, and cathartic, and it was telling me I wasn't the only freak. Looking back now, I'm wryly amused. Every teenager feels like they're the freak. We all feel like we're the one who doesn't fit in. But Silverchair told me it was okay to feel like a freak and to wish you were cool, because I wasn't really alone. A song tells me we're all freaks, and you don't have to hide, and you don't have to be ashamed. And that's one of the most important things to learn when you're 16.
Sitting That really got my heart going. Hello. Toward the end of high school, everybody started to ask me about the future. They'd ask me what I wanted to do and what I wanted to be. I really didn't like these questions. They seemed very intrusive, very, very personal. Apparently, part of being an adult is admitting when you don't know something. But I was 17 at the time, and I was not an adult at all. So rather than admitting that I had no idea what I wanted to do, I went to university to study journalism. But it didn't help. The questions followed me there. I would sit in class and think about potential answers and not learn anything from the lesson. I'd look at my tradie friends and my teachers, and I'd imagine doing their jobs, but it was in a weird way. Like, I'd imagine being them, like being a Sparky or being a lecturer, being something other than what I was that existed out there in the job market, very far away. My favorite band at the time was Supertramp, and I loved the Logical song, mainly because the saxophone solo sounded as frustrated as I felt. When people would ask me those frustrated questions, I'd fantasize about just opening my mouth and having that solo bust out at them. But it never worked, so instead I just had to pretend I was yawning. Now, when you listen to a song over and over, you start to learn new things about the lyrics. With the Logical song, I realized that I had no idea what the lyrics, or more specifically the words in the lyrics, meant. Like intellectual, cynical. These seem like really significant ways to describe a human being, like historically significant ways. And I had no idea what they meant. Liberal, fanatical. Oh, once again, my leg is shaking. Just ignore it. I wanted to know what these words meant, how they get put onto somebody, and what we should make of this. It seemed like in these new questions were the answers to the old questions that had been bugging me. So I decided to switch from journalism to sociology. The first thing we learnt about was called defamiliarization, which basically means learning to see the present world as a strange place, and instead of taking it for granted, see it as a weird, just blip in history filled with weird ceremonies. Once I started to learn about this, I realized that the old intrusive questions weren't intrusive. You know, they were to be expected. Every adult asks every teenager these questions the world over. In this regard, they're no more personal than asking somebody about the weather or where they got their shoes from. This didn't so much lift my anxieties, but it framed them and it contextualized them. It made me feel more at home in the world. I think it made me grow up a little bit. And for that, I suppose I thank sociology, and for this, I thank Supertramp. Thank you.
When I was young, it seemed that life was When I was 19, I fell in love with the heady joy that is dancing. It all began with a ballet class for adult beginners. A second-year art student, I was at that point in life where the possibilities seemed endless, exciting, but I had no idea how I would navigate the expanse. Now it seemed like dance might offer a compass. 19's a late start for a dancer, but after 2 years of training, I decided to audition for a tertiary dance course. The likes of Veruca Salt and the Breeders formed the backdrop to my preparations. In my lounge room or in the car, the moody vocals and quirky stories of my favourite frontwomen had me on the move. Encapsulating all my hope was the Breeders driving on 9. There's a sweet longing in this song, in Kim Deal's husky vocals, in the plaintive violin, in the yearning lyrics. The destination is uncertain, perhaps unknown, but the travelling feels right. It's been 16 years since I graduated from my dance degree, but when I hear Driving on 9, I still get transported back to that time of lightness and anticipation.
I spent the year directly after school on exchange in Switzerland. I spoke next to no German and could count my Swiss German words on one hand. I had a wonderful year, but I would be lying if I denied feeling lonely that far away from home. It was difficult to forge meaningful connections with the added intricacy of a language barrier. Luckily for me, other exchange students felt the same way. We were all in the same predicament. As is wont for strangers in a strange country, we sought the company of those sharing our condition. Within any group of young people, there will always be at least one who goes nowhere without guitar in tow. The song that was played by these guitar carriers and sung by all, frequently and with great feeling, was Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. I remember many a happy weekend where this song made an appearance. Because of staggered arrivals and departures, each of these meetings were bittersweet. There was an urgency to our youthful joy. Someone would always be scheduled to leave soon. It was during one of these weekends that I first had this strange feeling of happy nostalgia. Even while I was there, with my friends, I knew I was forming the memories that I would later genuinely reminisce over. And every time I hear those same opening notes, the feeling returns, nostalgia, but now it refers to a long time ago.
Dum have this friend. Well, I don't have her anymore because she disappeared, as people do, slowly or suddenly. This was slow, but final. We met at art school, where I suddenly didn't feel like a misfit because everyone was a misfit, and it was wonderful. We met in a sculpture class when she said, "Hey, guess what? I can put my whole fist in my mouth." And then she did. Then we were friends. She gave me books to read, CDs to listen to. Whole possible lives opened up in front of me. We went out dancing. We climbed fire escapes. We walked to Kings Park together at night and sat on a hill, just us and the flickering city. It felt like the beginning and end of the world. This friend, she loved enormously and hated enormously. She had emotions with her whole body. Once, twice, many times, I saw her jump up and down and exclaim, "I'm just so excited about my life." The first time this happened, I stared at her like she was speaking an invented language. It had not occurred to me that it was possible to be excited about my life. After several years of dragging myself through murky anxiety and depression that seemed to have no cause, my life felt just about bearable. But exciting? What? Okay. So, I began to learn how to be excited about my life, how to be in love with my life, how to tussle with things that are heavy and difficult and make some kind of sense out of them, how to have emotions with my whole body, how to be brave, how to let go, how to be wild. I learned this mostly from her. I'm still learning, but that's when I started, when I began to actually live my life.
Hello. So, this is a song which reminds me of a wonderful time in my life. It was 1995, and I just started studying journalism at Cardiff University. My teenage years back in Plymouth had been awkward and sad. My mum had died after a long illness when I was 15, so I'd thrown myself into study. I was also spectacularly uncool compared to my peers at school, who were playing shouty rave music in the sixth form common room at full blast whilst I cowered in the squares corner, wishing I could listen to something with a guitar in it. Cardiff was a revelation. Suddenly I was surrounded by like-minded, open-minded people who didn't write me off because I liked a bit of Queen. Music used to play loudly from our rooms in halls at all hours. CDs were swapped, mixtapes were compiled, and I gladly embarked on a journey of sonic discovery. This was a time I really allowed my Stevie Wonder habit to take hold. I'd always loved the sweet, soulful early years, but it was at university that I discovered Stevie's edge. The first time I heard Superstition was in the Welsh Club, or Clwb I Bach in the local parlance. Apologies to any Welsh speakers out there. It was a Wednesday evening, which was always student night, so the pints cost just £1. The punters wore flared cords and Adidas trainers, and everyone danced to Britpop indie tunes with the odd bit of Bowie or T-Rex thrown in. Superstition stuck out like a disco in a monastery. I was hooked from the moment the unmistakable clavinet riff kicked in over that opening drum beat. Before I knew it, I was on the dance floor throwing the funkiest shapes an overweight, spotty white girl could muster. My friends were there too, with the same looks running across their faces. What is this amazingness, and where can I get more of it? From this moment on, whenever Superstition kicked off in the Welsh Club or some other smoke-filled, dingy venue, we would whoop and gallop to the dance floor, often ending the song with our arms around each other in collective euphoria. Okay, so the lyrics aren't especially profound in the same way as other Stevie classics, but it has the same power and the same attitude, and it made me feel unbelievably good. When I hear Superstition now, it reminds me of happy times and wonderful friends, most of whom are back in the UK. We all lead very different lives now, with children, mortgages, responsibilities. But hearing Stevie Wonder always helps me to reconnect with that period in my life, bringing a smile to my face and a twitch to my feet. And for that, Stevie, I shall always be grateful. Thanks.
Hi, babies. Hi. I'm so glad you're here tonight because this one is for you. When I was 18, I had it all worked out. So I got engaged. 19, married. 20, pregnant. And why not? My friends would come by. They were on their way to the Tao or somewhere cool to watch a bit of baby TV and say things like, "Whoa, you're a real adult." But the truth was, besides knowing I loved my baby more than anything else in the world, I knew nothing. I was a fraud, a kid playing house, mummy, you know the deal. Covertly looking to real adults for tips on how to become one of them, without letting on, of course, that I had no idea what the actual fuck I was doing. This dawned on me the very first time I was alone with her, and all I could think to do was cradle her in my arms and sing her a love song. So I sing a song of love for Juliet. And as I sang, I prayed and I prayed that that would be the first of many love songs people would sing to her in her lifetime. My baby is now 15, and soon she will be standing where I was, on the threshold of adulthood, the world laid out at her feet, waiting to be explored. She will go overseas, study, move in with a lover, pay her bills, have her heart broken, and she will come to me for advice. And all I can really tell her is this: becoming an adult isn't about turning 18, and it isn't about becoming a whole. It's a journey where you hit a milestone and it changes you, and you feel like an adult, until the next thing happens and you realise that you are completely out of your depth, wounded and in desperate need of advice from a real adult. And so you muddle through, learn something about yourself, grow a little, and feel like an adult, till the next thing happens and you, my darling, are back to square one. Because we never stop becoming adults. No matter how old, how much life experience under our belts, we are all still just teenage dirtbags, standing on the threshold, our journeys incomplete, each one of us still just growing up. And so I taught her to play the piano. I can tell how she's feeling just by the way she expresses herself through the instrument. We bond over how things that can be so difficult to say become simple when set to song. We seek solace in the lyrics that remind us that each one of us are travellers, headed for an unknown destination, all harbouring the same angst, confusion, trepidation, grief, but also intense passion for a life lived wild. And in the act of shared listening, we discover love. And so when that day dawns and she comes to me for advice on how to be a real adult, I will remind her of the songs we sang and the music we made back when she was a teenage dirtbag. And I will invite her to listen to Iron Maiden, Baby, with me.
Bum, bum, Thank you.